boy, what a place. It's stupendous. It's colossal.
It's comic book land!
I've always been a big comic book fan since I was a kid, and a big part of it was when I used to teach in Washington, D.C., and a lot of my students who were struggling readers really benefited from having comics. So when I got back here, we kind of decided to kind of take it up on our own to like open up our own spot, because we feel like it kind of sucks living in a town without a comic book store.
I really love the store is the fact that there's such a sense of community here that's kind of always surrounded comic books, and that's one of the things that I love about this store.
One thing that I think is really kind of interesting is we have a lot of kind of like second generation readers. So like people who are, you know, my age, who have kids and are bringing kids in and introducing them. So we have a lot of like families who share comics, and I think that's awesome. And then you have the people who are, again, who have been reading comics for 15, 20 years and are now professionals with, you know, salary jobs, and are coming in and are still buying like the same comics that they've been reading for decades.
I grew up in a military family, and one of the things my dad would do when he would go overseas is he would bring me back like Spider-Man or, you know, Batman or whatever in different languages. Like I have this one issue of Spider-Man that's in Spanish that I would read over obsessively.
Like a lot of people read for escapism and just to kind of connect with heroes and fantasy, whether it's science fiction or something like Tolkien or something like that. Decades ago, it was disposable. You paid a few cents for it, and when you're done, you'd pass it off to your friends, or maybe you throw it in the trash once you're finished with it. But over the years, I think people started recognizing, like, you know, this is not something you can just toss, because as the history of the issues began to build, people wanted to go back and read the older stuff. It's a visual thing, it's bright, it's colorful, it's action-packed, and it also has a great story to it and characters that, you know, people can recognize and relate to.
Comic books, they're as good as gold.
You have readers, and you kind of have collectors. You have people who go and are still trying to, you know, collect that next rare issue, and then you have people who come in and they don't care the condition of a book, and they don't care you know, what it's worth. They just want to read the story because they enjoy it.
Stop reading those comic books and go to sleep.